What's up guys, it's the NJB here, and today I'm going to be talking about this week's Champions League games and kind of give a few responses on my opinions on what happened. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So Liverpool versus Atletico. I still cannot believe that this game ended the way it did. Liverpool were the team I thought was going to win the Champions League this season, and I will say I was expecting them to come out and beat Atletico, but it wasn't so. I think Liverpool threw everything they had at the Rojiblancos, but they just weren't able to break down the defensive tactics of Diego Simeone, and I think that is why Liverpool ultimately lost this game. It was the fight between Diego Simeone and Jurgen Klopp, and the Atletico man came out on top. Klopp fell right into Diego's trap, the same trap that most big teams like Barcelona and Bayern have fell into whilst playing against Atletico in the past in the Champions League. The first goal Atleti scored was because of Adrian's mistake, when he cleared a ball on the ground straight to João Felix, who laid it off to Marcos Llorente, who scored an excellent outside of the box goal. The following goals from the Rojiblancos came from counterattacks. Morata linked up with Llorente for another incredible goal scored outside the box by Llorente, and then Morata got his goal by scoring from a through ball that allowed him to get one-on-one with Liverpool's keeper, which he was able to get an easy near post finish. With the exception of the first goal scored by Llorente, I think the other goals scored by Atletico were just Liverpool ending up opening up too much and committing too many men forward and wasting their energy. The second goal scored by Llorente was a counter-attack goal in which it was 2-on-3 and the two attackers still managed to net the goal from outside the box. In Morata's goal, Gomez seemed to have been ball watching and let him slip by. All the goals scored against Liverpool could have been avoided, but I think the main issue was that they spent the whole game constantly attacking the Madrid side, that by extra time they had nothing left in the tank, and they just couldn't keep up with Atletico. And that is exactly how Diego Simeone won the game. Klopp should have allowed his team to play more passive-aggressive and not leave their backs so exposed, especially with an unreliable keeper. So now I'm going to talk about PSG versus Dortmund. Now for this game, I don't really have a tactical analysis like I do with the Liverpool and Atletico game. Honestly, I just think Dortmund gave it all they had, and they truly tried their best, but PSG just has better attackers, and eventually the creativity was enough to break Dortmund. Dortmund had more total shots, but PSG had more shots on target. Dortmund also had more possession, but PSG clearly took their chances. I also noticed that PSG went with their usual 4-2-2 lineup, versus their 3-4-3 lineup in the last game, which didn't make any sense to me in the slightest. To be fair, Neymar's header and Juan Bernat's goals were really down to a plain bad defending on Borussia's side. In fact, I think most people weren't even sure Bernat scored or if it was an own goal. Overall, good job to PSG. I didn't really doubt them coming back. As for Dortmund, I think they're just one season away from putting in an impressive UCL performance. The next game is Leipzig versus Tottenham. Well, for this game, I'm going to keep it super short. Tottenham just weren't ready for this German side. Leipzig pulled Tottenham apart and simply just outplayed them for most of the game. While I do think a team like Tottenham should be able to perform better, we have to remember they do have a ton of injuries, including Harry Kane, Son, and Sissoko. But while they are hampered by injuries, Mourinho has to take some of the blame. I just don't think this team played hard enough, and I think the goals scored against Tottenham could have been better defended. But either way, good job to Leipzig. They played really well, and they are a very good team. So, who knows? Even with Tottenham's star players playing, I'm still not entirely sure that Tottenham would have been able to beat them, because Leipzig are a very good team with lots of good players as well, and I just don't feel that convinced by Mourinho's handling of this team. And to be fair, they did lose the last game as well, so that's that. Now, last but not least is Valencia versus Atalanta. This game has to be one of the better games of this round, with Atalanta showing us that they are truly making their first appearance in the Champions League a memorable one. They have now beaten Valencia in both home and away fixtures, and they have looked incredible doing it in both fixtures. Honestly, their scoring should not come as a surprise, seeing that they are the highest scoring team in Italy, and they have a very strong team, especially with Ilicic, who's playing out of his mind, scoring 4 goals in the game and 5 goals in this fixture altogether. All I have to say is bravo to Atalanta. They are a great team to watch. I've seen some of their games in Italy, and they are just a good team. I mean, unlike some other teams that just get into the Champions League, I'd say probably like Leicester and some other European sides, I don't really see this team going down anytime soon. I can see them being probably that one annoying team to defeat in the Champions League, even next season, because they have a lot of good players, and Italian teams tend to keep a lot of their good players. I mean, they've had Gomez, they've had Ilicic. I mean, those two guys have been some very good players over the years. I still remember their Team of the Year cards, or Team of the Season cards from, I'd say like FIFA 15 or FIFA 16. So, at least for Ilicic, I think I had that in FIFA 16, I believe. So, Italian teams have a way of just keeping good players. Even though many people might be interested in getting them, Italian teams seem to just keep players because people just love to stay there despite some issues that could happen in Italy. So I see this team playing really well for at least another 1 or 2 seasons, and they continue to perform in Italy. So I think Atalanta is going to be a team to watch. Whether they'll win the competition, we'd have to see how they play against a top team. I'd say like Bayern or maybe Barcelona, but either way, you kind of have to keep an eye on them. And yeah, that's it for my review of the Champions League. With Liverpool out of the UCL and with games being postponed indefinitely, I honestly don't know who will win the tournament this year. Maybe this could be the year PSG finally adds the cup to their shelves, or maybe even City. I can only speculate. It's really down to who can remain the most consistent and not lose their cool. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like and sub if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, mates.